And we are live. This is the final show of 2020. So we're going to have some fun today. Before we get into the proceedings, remember, if you're following us on Twitter, SCEN scene underscore THE on Twitter, Instagram, THE.SCEN, the scene, 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. I'm glad we got that out the way because we about to get to the fun part. We've been looking forward to this show probably for about a week. This is 94 feet of playground. So we're just gonna talk about playground culture. We say playground culture, we ain't talking about your middle school team, we ain't talking about your AAU team, definitely not talking about your high school, college. For some of y'all who may have went pro, we not talking about any of that. This is strictly the streets, the playgrounds, the open runs, the pro-ams. So we had to have the whole gang, and we got a special intro last because y'all have to see the whole thing to get it. But starting off, it's my main man, MJ. MJ, we're gonna definitely talk about how we met through this whole playground scene. We talk to him, brother.
Yo, man, first and foremost, man, despite this year being a very challenging year for a lot of us, I just want to say that it's been a blessing to have all of you guys tuning in to us while we built this scene. So I can't say that this has been the worst year, mainly because this year the scene was birthed. So without this year, the scene couldn't have been birthed, and we couldn't have you guys on rocking with us and building with us as we take the next level in 2021. So we're not gonna see y'all next year until a couple of days from now. So happy New Year in advance. Here's a toast to you guys. I love you, brothers, and we're gonna have fun on this show because I think we deserve to have a little fun in this year with all the tragedy that's happening. So with all that being said, we're getting the soft shit out the way. I'm gonna go ahead and swing it to my man Ham. Ham, talk to the people.
People, what's good? I mean, this is like this part of we about to embark on probably our greatest episode because we just like in our bag for fun today. So
Yes.
if you got something to drink, pop it. If you do the herbal thing, twist up. If whatever it is, you need a snack, go grab one. You know, it's gonna get live around this joint. I'm gonna bounce past this joint over the Isle of Breast to my man Trav. Let him shoot the jumper from the wing.
Man, you know what it do, man. This your boy Trav, man, checking in for 94 Feet of Life. If y'all want to know what goes down in our director's cut, this is the closest you're going to get today.
Yep.
So, hey, man, I'm ready to get this thing going, John, man. What it is.
Look, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. Just happy to be here to discuss a couple of things, discuss some basketball, some playground terms. Hey, man, I'm just letting y'all know. I'm gonna tell y'all some real foul stuff that I don't like. I'm really here for that segment because I see it's a lot of bad hooping rituals that go down on the blacktop.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
did-
That be
let me
We
ask you
gonna
this,
get to
though,
all that
Jared.
today.
yo,
Let me ask you this, though, Jared. Are you running with another team in the shootout?
am I running with another team in the shoot? Nah, we only
Okay.
run with 94 feet of life.
Okay,
That's
I'm just
only
making sure you weren't running
we
with another
defend
team.
94 feet, no pun intended.
Because you know how it get, when cats start running with other teams in the shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, we don't do that. I got two. It's too many guards, and we gang rebound, gang. It ain't. That's what it is. I know everybody here know how to box out. I ain't got to worry about nothing. So that hey, that being said, let's get into this. Let's get into this introduction so we can see this man. I started to play a song for him too, but
Hey, I'll do the beat.
No shootouts at the cookout, man. No shootouts at the cookout.
Joining us,
Liquor.
joining us. Usually he's in the Rocky somewhere, but he might be on the west courts of 4th Street today. It's our main man, Les. Les, what's happening,
My. Things have changed.
man,
And I'm gonna tell you this. You may be playing on the other team, but you playing for me. What's
Yo,
up, everybody? I had to get ready because I'm always ready. I'm looking forward to this show. I'm so glad to be here with the scene today. These are my brothers, and let's enjoy ourselves.
Let me tell you something. I am never somebody to tell another man to take a picture of himself. But today,
Y'all screenshot this right now, man. Screenshot it. Everybody post.
no. He needs to get the pic. He needs to get the phone out when this is over. Take the selfie and let the world see it.
And send it to me so I can make some memes out of it.
Yeah, that's too good to not share. I'm sorry. But fellas, let's talk about it, man. The playground. So let's talk about first experiences with playground. I'll give y'all just a couple real quick stories, and then we just gonna shoot around the horn. So my first playground experience, for y'all who don't know, my first cousin is Craig Hodges, 3-time NBA shootout champion, 2-time NBA champion. So my first experience, my first experience with the culture, and this I'm gonna show my age, was the old, and Chicago people know about the old Schlitz Malt Liquor League at Malcolm X College in the 80s, which then moved to Chicago State. So when I was like 7, 8 years old, get in Craig's car, roll over to Malcolm X for the summer game. And we talking about Isaiah, Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummings, Doc Rivers, all the bad boys from the 80s. That was my first experience with like summer ball. You know what I'm saying? No refs, no announcers, just the game. So fellas, let's start with that, man. Your first experience, mine was off the court with it. On the court, what was your first experience really with playground basketball?
For me, it was one of those where we started, especially I'm like 2, 3, whatever the age, whatnot. We got a playground in the apartment complex, that we were living in. And Pop used to take me down, to the playground. And he wasn't letting me, dribble, pick up the ball, run. No, I learned how to dribble at like 2, 3 years old. Patting it, you know what I'm saying, with it like that. Then we moved to the house. We moved to the house in 1985, the spring of 85, the spring of 86. I'm 10-foot regulation, cement in the ground gold. And my house became the spot. Every kid in the neighborhood was coming up and we was gaming like that daily, even if I wasn't even here. My pop was here, they just ring the doorbell, he just rolled the ball out there to him. He knew what it was, it's young fellas coming to game. So the spot for me was the playground was right out front. It's cool, you can't get no better than that.
Hey, first of all y'all might as well come off of mute because we just gonna move this. We gonna go with this thing quick. So you might as well take yourselves off mute now.
Yo, I had to put on mute because unfortunately my son is going to.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Biological father place, so I didn't want all that noise to be had because we got to say goodbye and everything. Fair. But I'm in my bag now. He gone. Let's get it.
All right. So MJ, since it's on you, when the MJ first touched the playground or had the playground experience, what was it?
All right, so no BS. The Biddy basketball coach thought that it would be a good idea for me to go to camp because I had this little 6-foot pizza according to my house. Really, he was trying to smash my mom. He never did. But neither here nor there. I'm being honest. Y'all know how it is. That's why if we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. He was trying to smash the mom, so he thought he could get in good with me. So he throws me on this, this basketball camp. I'm 8 years old, and I'm playing against 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-old dudes. I'm just running up and down the court. I'm like Dennis Rodman. I'm just happy to be there. Like, I'm on some Hakeem with Dennis Rodman slash.
Right.
So this dude throws me the ball and says, shoot it, little dude. I shoot it from my hip. Just like that. That's how I used to shoot. Hit off the glass. So he looks at me like, oh, you better than I thought you were. So fast forward to our first Biddy game because this was like my street ball to me because I ain't never played against anybody. I get this rebound towards the end of the game. I ain't touched the ball the whole first quarter. It was a missed free throw. I get the rebound. 5 people huddle on me. Throw it from my hip again. First shot I ever took went in. And everybody's just tackling me. Oh, my God, good shot. We ended up losing the game. And I ended up being trashed for the rest of the game. This is not a fairy tale, but this is the start of me understanding, damn, this is going to take some work. And then that's what made me want to go to the playground, because I was like, the only way I'm gonna get some time is to play outside. So I remember going to Horseman Court, and I'm gonna wrap it up after this. And I waited patiently. We waited like 3 games. Me and my cousin got on the court. I'm guarding this dude, 8 years old, and all I feel is a brick wall, just like that. That's what I learned what a screen was. So a grown ass man cleared me. I went full speed, he cleared me. Right there and there, I'm like, oh, this shit is real. Because this is actually child abuse, and nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn about this child abuse.
That's the
So I had
street.
to just get up. I couldn't cry. I had to just get up and go back and play defense and hustle back.
That's the street.
So that was my experience. That's street ball for you. And that's where you get your grit. That's where you get your toughness. I swear, when I created Ball U Academy, I created it with I wanted that fabric of being able to get you to the point where you have to just figure it out. It's no more excuses, because that's how we was brought up. So I'm going to swing this to Trav, and I want him to hear his story.
Hey man, 5, 6 years old in a little town of Coldwater, Mississippi. Me and my cousin, shout out to my cousin Devin Cummins. Same age, same height, probably barely 3 foot something. One thing we got in common is Pizza Hut balls.
Shout out to the Pizza Hut.
With the
Shout out to
the
Hey, I'm talking about new. That's before they've been real broken in. But one thing this small town did, they put a real black top. They put a cage or a fence around it. They had the double rims with the chains on it.
Yeah, be able to shoot on them
You
joints.
got to be able to shoot on that.
Hey, first experience ever. Man, we used to wake up in the morning. He stayed across the street. I stayed right beside it. We would meet each other there. We would just shoot all day, putting up shots. We slanging them up there any kind of way. And then all the 15 and 16 and 17-year-old guys, they coming, they like, man, we ain't got no ball, but we on the other end shooting. Hey, can we get one of your balls? We need a ball down here. Y'all ain't getting no ball until we play. My cousin get on one side, one team. I get on another. We were guarding each other. But in the midst of guarding each other, we getting switched on to these other folks. So we been hacking and doing our thing. And man, it got physical, because doing it the way, I don't know how y'all may play, but this is more of country basketball, country ball. So in this instance, when you get to say if one team get a rebound, one team shoot and the other team get the rebound, no, it wasn't no bagging back. They was going straight up.
Going straight up with it. That was cheap.
Y'all playing different. Y'all playing real.
That's what type of ball that was.
Yeah.
The only time you get a bad back is basically if the ball bounce off and go wide and the other team gets it, then they reset or whatever. But that's how we got down, man. And that was my first time just on a black top, man, just getting it in, man, just doing the dirty work and that's how the love of the game came about, man, because every day we would wait till they leave, they'll leave, man, be pitch black, man. My grandmama would call me, holler out, hey, you need to come home. Hey, we shooting out. My cousin stay a little bit later. He stayed right across the street. He putting up more. Next day, back at it again, man. Back at it again.
Birdie. So before you became a street entrepreneur, Birdie, how was your playground?
So it was a lot like Ham. So when I was about 6 or 7 years old, my parents, we moved. We were living, in the city and an apartment and whatnot, and like I was kind of like getting into stuff as a little kid, like in our little apartment complex. Just could have turned into Birdie for real. But So I was always getting into stuff, and my parents they worked hard, and they worked where we could finally move into a house. And I could remember watching basketball on TV for the first time, and I watched. And the crazy thing about it, I remember the first game I watched. It was the UNLV championship in 1990 against Duke, and my dad was heavy on UNLV just because all the brothers on the team. Right. And so, from that point on, I just really started taking a liking to basketball. And like I would go outside in the yard. I had a ball, but I would just, I just dribble and just throw it off the house. And my dad started getting pissed off about it because, he just, they just got this damn house and I got, ball marks on the side of the White House.
You messing up the side, brother.
And yeah, exactly. And so what my dad did, was that he went to Ace Hardware. We had an Ace Hardware up the street from my house. He measured what the size of a backboard would be, and then we went to the flea market and found a rim. So we went in the garage. He had this wood. We cut it out. We made our own rim. He got up on the ladder and drilled it into our, he put it into our garage. And so, therefore, after that, it was just kind of like, we did that, and I would play, and then people down the alley would come and play. Mm-hmm. So for like a good week or so, I'm playing. I went to my cousin's house for that weekend because my parents, they went out, and when I came back, the rim was gone. We moved out the way, but we didn't move that far out the way. So my dad was so mad about it that when it got stolen, we went to Home Depot the next weekend, and he bought a bunch of cement, found a pole, and bought a rim that you could move up. He bought one of those motion lights, and was like, he said, if somebody else come back here, we gonna know about it, and ain't nobody gonna steal anything. And that was probably like 30 years ago, and that rim is still sitting at the house, the same cement we put down. And so that was my first, my pops, I gotta credit my parents. They they was the kind of people that, like, if you like something, then we gonna lead you there, but you gotta figure out the rest of it. Exactly. We'll put it in front of you, but you gotta figure it out on your own if you really want it. So like my first, I gotta credit my parents for even introducing me to basketball.
Germ, the king of Shaker Heights, David.
Man, nah. So here's my story is real interesting. See, my mother was a huge fan of like the Bulls and stuff in the 90s as well. So I kind of grew up on that whole Jordan era of things, whether people know it or not. And I also grew up, as y'all know, with the Views from the 22 thing with football as well. I actually got baby pictures in this stuff. So what's funny is actually how I got introduced to basketball was the most ghetto hoop ever. So watch this. We used to have
the hanger with the t-shirt and the sock, though. You ain't talking about that.
I got something worse. This about to tear y'all up. So you know how you got your fence, right? And you know how you used to have them pole lining on your fence?
Uh-oh.
So we had the one, and so it was at my godparents' house that I met through my grandma. So they had the junk up there. It was probably about 7 feet or whatever the case was. Because in the hood, the neighborhood they was in, we didn't have no hoops. So we had pulled out the pole enough to make it like into a rim. And we used to shoot on that junk.
Yeah.
So that's how I actually started hooping, because I was at my godparents' house. And since we was in the neighborhood that they lived in, which was off St. Clair, 117th, my parents didn't want me outside. So I used to still sneak outside to go play basketball, go play baseball, to go play football, to go wrestle, go do everything else. So my godparents never knew that they didn't want me outside. Every time they would try to do it, I would block, like, no, whatever. So basically, I was outside, and one day I actually did end up one day getting caught, which was funny. But that's neither here nor there. But that's how I got introduced to it. And we used to go out there every day. Every day I was there. I had my own room in my godparents' house. Everything. When I talk about, I had golf ball, I had golf clubs, I had every sport. I dabbled in every sport because my godparents would buy me the toys, buy me the equipment. I had baseball stuff. I had everything. But the one thing I tell you I made sure I had was a rock.
Absolutely.
I was like 4, 5, 6 years old out there on that bad boy shooting on that goddamn pole. Just it used to sound just like a rim though. Sound just like it.
All right. So fellas, let's get into like just the culture of the Black Tops. And a couple things come to mind. And we're just gonna rapid fire this one. Just rapid fire, just random things about the culture that you remember. And one of the things I remember was how you could sprain your ankle almost every day. Because because you went out there, no tape on your ankle, so sprained ankle all the time. Jam fingers.
That's what I was about to say. The jam fingers.
Jam fingers all the time. You put some ice on it, you play. So talk about y'all, just rapid fire me. Just some of the things you remember about just the atmosphere of the playground. You don't have to necessarily be just things you just remember, just things about it.
For me, it was thirst. It was thirst. If we couldn't get outside to the playground, I was hooping in my little piece of court. If I was over at my grandma's house who didn't have a court, this is what we did. You see this right here? This is a hanger. We did just like this.
Right.
Where the sock at?
We took a shirt just like this. Put it around.
Oh no.
I'm making it so that, you know what I'm saying, my new generation can understand how real it was for us.
Yeah.
That's your net.
But what we did was we had to flip it this way.
Yeah.
So it can stay on. That's how you tie it on.
Check. Even with that setup, I had a partner of mine. I had a partner of mine who took black shoestrings and made nets out of them and put them around like that.
That's different. So check this out. I don't think y'all understand when I say hoop was life with us. In my grandma's house, I had battles with my older cousins. We made full courts that wasn't even straight because one closet was kind of perpendicular. So you had to kind of turn a hard left on your full court with the sock.
Oh yeah, the court never was even.
Like, you know what I mean? Crates, all of that. We made our own court. So when I think about it, I think about, you know, the thirst, the resiliency. We did not take no for an answer. We was gonna hoop no matter what. So when we did get to, you know, an outdoor court, we were like the happiest kids ever. Mm-hmm. And nowadays I see a kid, you can't even beat them to get on the outside court. They looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, it's hot out here. No shit.
Yeah.
But we was out there 12 to 8 off candy and pop. We only stopped to go to the gas station or whatever local supermarket was there, get you a 20-ounce brisk iced tea, get you a whatchamacallit bar. You eat that, you back at it for 4 more hours.
And your Gatorades weren't even in plastic. They was in glass.
Right. Yeah.
Shouts out to you for even buying the Gatorade. I ain't had no money like that. I had $1.20.
We were getting Gatorades, and we had a candy lady. We used to get the free pops. Freeze cups.
Hey, it was a lot of 5-finger discounts too. I ain't gonna say no names.
And see, over here, it's just pretty much it's all older kids. I'm the baby out of the bunch. But they, you know, it's one of those situations where it can easily be, well, he got to play because it's his goal. No, that rule wasn't sitting president over here. I'm going to earn my way on, even on my own court. You know what I'm saying? So straight competitive. It's like playing with these dudes when I'm 5, 6, 7 years old. When I started playing organized ball, I'm game ready at 7. I'm like with it, you know what I'm saying? On the floor, I'm already knowing how to set back screens, know how to roll, you know, just base stuff that 6 and 7-year-old kids don't know how to do. I'm with it. Basketball was on in my house all the time. Not just from pops. Mom's the one that really was putting me on the hoop stuff. You know, this was what college hoops, NBA, whatever was on. We own it like that. And then as far as on the court, when these cats come from the neighborhood, if it's not like 3 or 4 dudes waiting on downs, if it's just like 3 over here and 3 over here, oh, that's the best of 7. Or we
Hey,
go
real
to
quick,
we going to a
real quick, and I'm gonna swing this to y'all. What I just did when I made that court, it was so funny because here's the irony in the circle of life. When I made that court, my cousins taught me how to make that court. You know who taught me how to make that court? My uncles. You know who taught my uncles? My father, because they kept interrupting his stilo when he was trying to mac on my mama. He had to keep them busy. So we taught him how to make a court. And it goes full circle. Without me even knowing this information, I learned this like 6 months ago. That he was like, yeah, my uncle straight told me, yeah, we was cop blocking. So your pops taught us how to make a rim, and we was hooping while he got his Mac on. Meanwhile, my uncles taught my older cousins, and my older cousins taught me.
And it's passed along. And Ham, I'm glad you talked about that because Jeremy Wimber, you definitely back in. Les will be coming back in pretty soon.
Birdie.
The politics of playground. And you talked about it's called Downs in Memphis area.
Right.
Chicago
Knicks.
is winners.
Down, Knicks, right.
Whatever you want to call it. So I always laugh when dudes, not women too, get mad about ABA players switching teams and get mad about guys. Oh man, he got help. Listen, the politics of the playground says if we don't win,
might not be back.
You might not be back for a couple hours, depending on what spot you're at.
Exactly.
Sure.
Or you could go to that slow court.
Nobody wants to be on. Germ, talk to these people about the politics of the black time.
Here's the thing. It's always so we got something in the city. We call it continuation Sundays. That's where pretty much you know what continuation is. If you're going to try to pearl on somebody and you call foul, if it go in, that means that the bucket is good. It's a good bucket. So that's only on Sundays.
That ain't good. Cool. Right here.
Hey, they got that. That's what they got. There's only one court.
It's
only one court that do it too. That's what's funny. It's only one court that do it. Ironically,
I didn't play, but they don't. I did one time, but no.
Look, there's too many black dudes that's that rule for me to play that way. If you call it, it's yours. I don't care.
It's yours. No bucket or bucket. That bucket don't count.
The bucket don't count.
Hey, they only do it on Sundays, and you know my Sundays normally with views, so it is what it is. But with that being said, we got those type of politics. I'm not a fan of that either because just what you said, MJ. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did some of these rules that we be making up when we be hooping, they don't be making sense. Like I hate the dudes that call fouls for anything. Like you run into me, foul, bruh. Every time somebody get the ball in the paint, they get their arms, they get scratched. It's something. You get hit in the back of your head. You got people kicking, kneeing you in the back of your legs. Just the politics of it. It's awful.
Hey, check. And one is not a call for those of y'all who keep the score.
It's not.
In front of me.
That's a foul. Take that ball out and get that point again.
No. If you say and one in front of me and you miss, we going the other way with the ball.
Oh yeah.
I take that as shit talk. That ain't no call.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a call. It's not a call. Now sometimes if sometimes like if the person like they say like and one or whatever and you found you can be generous that one time, but after that, nah.
I give people fouls and I don't even call fouls.
Ham, definitely. I know. Memphis. You know how it's here bad Memphis. What was some of the politics on the street and on the playgrounds of Memphis?
Man, where should we start? I mean, Jerv just hit one. Like we said with the foul. If you call foul, you call foul. That's just that with that. The down rule could be funny style depending upon where you at. If it's one of them loudmouth crybaby, he ready to fight, shoot up everybody, just let him have the next down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it generally happens in that way. But it really just depends on where you hooping. Because a lot of cats be straight up. If you at their house, they gonna be cool about everything. But like if you at an open run at like the community center, you got to go sign that little sheet and put your name on the sheet. You know what I'm saying? To get in that order like that. And it's like,
Look at Big
want
Shot.
your crew. Yeah,
Sign sheet.
if you want your crew to run with you, all y'all need to be putting y'all
Y'all
name
need
on
to sign and make
that
sure
back
it's
up.
5 apart.
There
Make
you
sure
go.
it's 5 apart because you get mixed up with little Billy and Billy be on your team.
Right,
You got that other little number 5. The fifth, your fifth player may be the star dude because he done came late and he
And
running with some scrubs.
Hey,
right. And it's like that
Billy's
at the community center,
defensive win
church
share is
league.
-12. Billy's defensive win share is -12. And if the game up to 12, you do the math.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, I'm finna tell you the politics of it too. Me, like y'all, like again, y'all got courts. Y'all gotta understand, man. I came from a playground to where the new thing was a blacktop. We started out on dirt court. Dirt.
Oh, wherever. Yeah.
It was
Backyard.
dusty, and you get the water hose and
Got the
sprinkle
water,
it down. Your white socks then turn to brown, man. And then with the downs, you can have like 4 downs, and it can actually be 3 on one team, or it can actually be 4. If you good enough, you can ask that next person, "Hey man, you got down?" "Yeah, I got it." "Yeah, I'll pick you up," and they'll actually drop the person that's on their team.
Hey,
And that
let me tell you
starts
something.
fights.
I have seen
Very.
that happen. I have seen that happen before. Listen, hey, y'all think salary cap cuts is better? Y'all think that's ruthless?
Have a dude already have his 4, and then that person that's been hooping on the floor, if you like that second down and you ask him and he tell you, yeah, you can
Hey.
run with him, and
Right.
then the
Let me
other
tell
dude be
you.
like, "Man, I thought you had me."
Hey,
Right.
I've seen it happen.
Grinding to get to the NBA. I was grinding to be the dude that always got picked, whether I lost or won. That was about. I wanted to get to that point because I got tired of seeing that one dude who just stay on the court no matter what happens.
Right.
And they let him gun. They let him get away with murder. He gets to call the foul and get the call, even though it ain't a foul. Like I'm like, I need to grind to get to that dude.
Yeah, I was my whole thing. Like by the time I got to like middle school, so like 7th, 8th grade, was I just want to get picked in the first 3. That's it. I don't need to be the first pick. I just want to get picked in the first 3, maybe in the first 4, because we had recess. Shout out Forest Trail Junior High. We had actual recess, but the recess was only like a half an hour because you had to obviously go eat first. So by the time you get on the court, we ain't got but about 30 minutes to actually play. So the goal was, let me get picked. So as soon as we get outside on the main court, y'all talked about there's always 2 courts, and the one court is the WAC court. To be on the main court for that 30 minutes at recess, because we don't give it 30. That was my whole goal. I didn't care about points. I wasn't keeping track of my numbers. I just wanted to be picked in that first 5. That's all I wanted.
One more politic. This is where I knew I arrived too. This is my favorite politic of it. When the teams are finally picked, and you are office because you just won, and this next 5 comes up, and 3 people already picked on who they gonna guard, and then those other 2 dudes look at you, and they like, who you got?
Who you got? Yep.
Yeah.
And the other dude always do the same thing. The first person who asks the question usually loses because the other dude always say, "Well, I get whoever, but walk away from me."
That's how it be. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. They always be like, it don't matter.
Hey, so when
But
y'all complaining,
because I used to see that all the time. Those little small politics, like, man, I'm not about to let this dude
let me explain something to you. So when y'all complain about people joining Clutch Sports Agency,
you've been doing it.
Complain. about Kevin Durant switching teams,
Been doing it.
believe me, it's been happening since the beginning of time.
I even asked y'all in the group, which one of y'all went to the gym or to the court and said, "Man, give me the 4 slowest cats out here right now."
You ain't gonna do
it. Slow down.
I ain't do it. I ain't gonna lie.
I know you ain't. I believe you the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I believe you did it. Just in standard defense, like cats ain't doing it down here in Memphis. Like, hey man, you want to run? Man, that man, they're hooping. Hey man, fam, you want to run? Cool, let's go. That's how they roll.
Hey, damn, it wasn't no GOAT shit though. It was just because I knew I was gonna shoot all the shots.
Yeah, I'm saying you do.
That's what I done been on. I done been picked on a team. I done been picked on a team that been like, man, he over here.
You shifted right to a good one though. We call it hawking down here. Them cats all hogging everywhere else.
We call it hawking. Segue.
If you got a dude on your squad that's hawking.
Hey, Germ, you talked about this in the pre-show meeting. Let's get to this part of the playground. The dudes we least liked to play with.
All right, let's go.
The guys or girls, got a shout out ladies who play too, who you just like, oh my god, I do not feel like playing with.
I don't like playing with the Jake dude who think he Kyrie. There's only one Kyrie Irving. I don't like playing with the dude I don't like playing with tall dudes who don't like being tall, who want to dribble and act like they be out there dribbling all the time. I don't want to play with them. I don't like playing with tall dudes either that like to play on the perimeter and act like they can shoot. I don't like playing with dudes who think that just because they can jump, that means that they supposed to take every shot. Okay. I don't like dude. Listen,
don't take them all, Jerry. Let my guy Birdie get in, man. My guy Birdie, man.
The worst mistake ever when we all got to about 8th, 9th grade was when somebody discovered they could dunk.
Yep.
The worst thing that could have ever happened was when the first person discovered they could actually dunk, because they wasn't gonna try nothing but
dunk.
Yeah, they were slow as hell at that.
And they were foolish because they wouldn't, especially then, they weren't dunking on breakaway rims. You finna break your wrist, fool. What are you doing?
Straight rim, straight boat, no resistance.
You want to know what the new day and age equivalent of that is? The LeBron chase down block. You about to kill somebody, man. I got his shot. I don't got to playing with you. You're not gonna block it because I'm a head faker and your face gonna hit the backboard. I'm not playing with you.
So here's my 3. I'm gonna do it quick. Least favorite dudes to play with. If your outfit match. Nah. Outfit color coordination. No, get him out of here. That's number 1. It's number 1 least favorite dude. Number 2. Now I get it. You supposed to play with cats better than you, older than you. Respect. But you know what your age group is. Like if we all here 12, 13, 14, right? And you come on the court trying to get a game, you like 20. Come on, Playboy. You supposed to be at the men's league, player. Why are you trying to be out here with us?
And then he want to shoot everything. Okay.
You know what, Big Shot? You know what, Big Shot?
Talking trash.
You want to know something that I don't like, man, about hooping on the playground? It's that aggressive dude that's always calling foul.
Yeah.
You so aggressive. Like, you going all the way to the rack, you elbowing folks and everything, but you call foul.
He called foul for the slap on the wrist.
And then he be so aggressive, he go to the rack and make the layup. He called foul.
And then he want to argue for 10 minutes.
You too strong for that, man. Too strong for that. Come on, dog.
Then he want to argue for 10 minutes.
Man, what I ain't.
Oh man, constant call argue. My favorite move is when they demonstrate the call.
The travel.
Oh.
No.
You did this.
upstate, and then I took two. No, you didn't. You didn't.
Nah.
You didn't.
It's never the same. It's always something different. Or even the vice versa when you didn't travel. They're like, man, this is what you did. They start doing a Cupid shuffle. It's like, I did not do that. Like, I don't even know how to do that dance.
I only got charged for hawking one time, and I actually got props for it. I was at when Todd Day first got in the league. Trev, you probably remember this. Todd Day used to have a camp in Hamilton, and it was like pretty much the elite kids from like age 10 to about fourth grade going to like ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was them cats, and it's skill training, the whole thing. They scrimmaging all through the week. Again, you know, in our game, I'm balling. I came down and hit like 4 in a row. The next day, Todd come in, he lecturing everybody. He like, what my man did. He was talking about, I see some of y'all even be hating when y'all own teammates score. He said, what my man did. There he is right there. He was scoring about 3-4 buckets in a row. He pointed at me. 3-4 buckets in a row. But folks on this team, they hating on him. I'm like, man, there you go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Todd told me to keep shooting that film. I'm
Talk your shit, Ham.
I made the all-time team, so I was cool with it.
So speaking of the camps, and I'm gonna go back to Jerm.
Hold up, I gotta give you my pet peeve, and I swear I don't. Here's mine. It's only two. Don't bring your girl to a war.
Yeah.
I might take her.
There's plenty.
I might take her. Don't bring your girl to a war. This is nothing cute about what you're about to experience right now. It's nothing cute. I tell people this all the time because if you look at me, the shit that I talk really don't match how I look. I look like the boy next door. I even coined it and said I average 7 points. I've coined it because as soon as I step on the court, y'all really think it's sweet because most people who don't know me don't understand. Like I ain't put 4 hours a day into this since I was age 8. So this is real for me. So when you get on, you smile and you think it's giggly, boom, 3. Oh man, that was luck. He ain't gonna hit that. I'm gonna put a hand up next time. Another 3. All right, I'm really right around your ass layup. I got 8 points already. And now you want to guard me for real, and now I'm hot. It's too late.
Too late.
But you want to bring your girl here and stunt, and it's like, I'm about to give you 40 off general principle. And then it was just one time at Gus Mackham. My homie Danny Gonzalez can vouch for this. Shout out to Danny Gonzalez. This is me fresh out of college, so I'm in great shape. These motherfuckers, for whatever reason, in Gus Macker thought it was a good idea to go to the mall and buy ski goggles to hoop against us. Now, I'm already crazy. It don't take much already. I'm already ready for war. You got your ski goggles on, like you looking through them. Bruh, his sister was taping the games. By the time she got there, the game was over. We won 16-2. And I talked all the shit throughout the entire game. Bruh, when I saw them goggles, they took them goggles off by about the time we was up 8-0. They took them off, but it was too late. I was already mad.
You was already in the bag. It's way too late.
Don't ski goggles while you hooping against me, G. That's not a good idea.
What's the second pet peeve so we can get to the
No, that was it. You know, just doing some extra shit.
Just doing extra.
Don't be too extra, man. But
don't be too extra. So what were some of the places? Now we got Ohio, North Mississippi, Memphis, Northwest Indiana, Chicago area. What were some of, just quickly, y'all favorite places to play? Whether it was outdoor, indoor, just like yeah. If I'm in your city, we're gonna go to this place, or this is a place that I enjoy playing.
I already got you, man. And this is when like when I moved to Horn Lake, we had this place right here by the high school. We call it the court. To this day, we call it the court. It was the court. It had a little end, like you said, it had one end where everybody was going there getting your little shots, or the slaw side. And you had the baller side right here.
Yeah, right.
You had the baller end. And it really goes down on Sundays. You better be there at 5 o'clock Sunday. The sun is kind of hot. It's set right there, but it goes down.
The Mississippi heat, baby.
It is hot. It's hot. It's hot. You gonna get some good run there, man. I'm talking about Form 4. We going at it, man. We going at it hard. I'm talking about. I think my name is retired there. My name is retired. My name is retired there. My name, if it was a jersey put up right there, my jersey is right there because
John, what about it in Cleveland area? What is like the places to go?
It depends. I mean, I would tell you, I'd probably take you to West 65th. They got a nice indoor gym. Of course, I'd take you to the creek for I wouldn't take you for continuation Sunday, but the creek is always nice to go hoop at when it's decent outside. Besides that, I mean, it really depends. I don't take a lot of people a lot of places because a lot of these folks they really don't be hooping. They just be fouling. After a while, it get annoying.
Ham, where we going in Memphis?
Back then, if not in my driveway, we can go around to my cousin them subdivision because they got gamers over there too, and they had the rollaway goal in the street. That's they with that activity. It ain't nothing but ballers around there. So, but if not there, just even a little bit later on as we start moving into the teen years, I would take you to Mount Moriah where the courts hit down. Because they get to shoot. They get to shooting at the police court, at the court at the police station in Memphis. They with it, So I wouldn't take you there. But some of my favorite joints was at the Nike picnics. Nike would throw picnics like every few months or whatever. And that jump would look like the Hoop It Up 3-on-3 they used to come on NBC back then in the 90s.
Yeah.
But there's gamers out there. And that's one of those where you got the gamer court over here, you got the kids court over here, and you got the Slaughter Dogs over here. So if you really wanted to go get your burn in, you got to go over there where the hitters at. And one Nike picnic in particular, me and my guys, we jumped out the car. We was, prepping. We got the cargos and polos on, and it's like, man, we know we going to the picnic. We got gear. We got shorts on up underneath, t-shirt. We got shoes. We ready. We get to the joint. We like, all right, change up. We ain't leave the court that day. We held it down, what I'm saying? But that's one of the best spots though, because everybody's out. And it's just in that one central spot. You ain't got to worry about fights at the Nike picnic. It's too fun.
Les, back in the building. Les is from my area. So he probably gonna take some of mine, but I'm gonna see what he's gonna say. Some of your favorite places that you hooped at, open runs, outdoors, wherever.
Probably, like I said, we moved to Dalton, Illinois. It's like right outside of Chicago. And they had these courts on Greenwood on 144th, and we lived right across the street. So we used to have everybody come. Like I can remember some of your Chicago NBA players coming through there. Before they was NBA players and why they was NBA players,
over here.
Greenwood, that used to be one. Trumbull Park, used to get it in over there. And the one that was my favorite though to go play at was Marquette Park, because you had to really hoop. Like that was your favorite hooper's favorite hooper that would show up there. Like that was, and you better be ready. Like you better come to win, because if not, you're gonna sit. And you better come with 5. Yeah. Like you better come with 5. It ain't no I got next and let me get buddy. It's like, nope, we got the next, we playing or we holding court. Ain't no, you coming with 5 there.
Some of the ones that I remember as far as gyms in the summer was Rich Central. Les's alma mater. Rich Central used to have a really nice open gym in the summer. Thornton High School had an open gym in the summer. You talking about King Park, Foster Park. If you were from the South Burbs and you felt adventurous, of course, Maywood. If you felt like going west, Maywood out by Proviso East. I mean, Chicago, there's literally like hundreds of places you can name. So I don't want to take up the next 2 hours naming places, but those are just a few that I remember vividly.
You say Thornton, if you remember MLK,
Yeah.
MLK. They only had that one rim though.
Yep.
So you was out there playing mate, but you could end up playing fives. But a lot of times you was playing threes and fours though.
Yeah.
And it used to get hey.
And
Harvey,
then for me,
for people who don't know, man, Harvey, Illinois, which is a small south suburb of Chicago, probably about 10,000 people. I would be willing to bet per capita has produced more professional athletes with than not gonna say more, but it's on par with a lot of places. In Thorne High School, that run on that one rim.
They have four guys on one team. They had two NFL players, two NFL players, and two professional basketball players in the same starting lineup.
Yeah,
that's all blooded.
Thorne was
And
a
Jocks.
MJ, Northwest Indiana.
And let
Great
me
place to get a run.
sidebar. Hold on. They beat Kevin Garnett and Ronnie Fields. By the way, so I just want to.
Yep, Antoine Randall them. Yep, they did. Shouts out to Ty Streets. He was on that team as well. He actually is over Main Street, so salute to him.
My fault. That's 3 NFL players. Two.
And Melvin Eli.
Yeah. That's one of the professional basketball.
Oh, Barry, okay, yeah, Melvin Eli with the Fresno.
Yeah.
So just 2 spots for me back when it was really popping. It was Tolliston Park. We were blessed in the year 1999 with the mayor putting 3 glass full courts in Tolliston Park, in which we, at the very beginning, it was like everybody who was somebody was there getting it in. And Hudson and Campbell, that was for the old heads, the dudes who were already established. You know, if you can get up there at age 13 and you were good enough to sneak on the court, that was, just basketball education 101. So you always wanted to get to the Hudson Campbell court, even though you pretty much was cardio unless you show you could shoot early or you break somebody off early. Like, that was really just the blueprint in street ball. That's why I loved it so much, because it was like, it was no structure with it. It's like you really had to get in how you fit in. So I knew that as soon as I got the ball, I had to make everybody go crazy. So once that happens, now everybody passes you the ball and it becomes a show. So that's the hardest thing that people have to understand is how can you be yourself all the time when you step on any gym? Because it's hard being, street ball Myron when you were in college and they want you to run the system. You know what I mean? Like, and the guys that you watching the NBA, they have been able to find that balance between still being who I am, but I'm still executing this system so that the coach won't get mad and I can still show my creativity and my art. So that's the beauty of the street ball.
The best open run though I've ever been to this day was in Atlanta. It was run and shoot.
Run and shoot.
24 hours a day. Literally 24 hours a day. And if you go in and run and shoot at the right time, you talk about 50 from the And One mixtape tour. You talk about Sharif Abdul Rahim. The first time I saw a young Lou Williams was at run and shoot. Run and shoot. It was in the hood, South Atlanta. It was probably nobody had any business being over there once the sun went down. It was an incredible run. It was absolutely the best pure open run I've ever been to this day. It was run and shoot.
Man, I mean, we could go all day on these because
all day.
If you just think about like not even just the playground, but if you think about open runs, we incorporate open runs. What my school used to do was they had this thing called the Big Red on lunch hour because to be real, I went to a school called Word High School that was not known for a basketball powerhouse, but we had so many dudes that was just dogs. But because our coach was a collegiate coach, he wouldn't let guys rock for real. So people really didn't know how good the talent we had. When I got there my freshman year, I I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't think I was looking at my AP classes and thinking about information technology, thinking about other things. I'm like, this might be it basketball because I'm looking at 6'6", 6'9", 6'8", 6'10". I'm looking at 6'7" point guards. It was this one dude by the name Harold Jackson, and this is probably one of the few names I'm gonna drop on this show. My second open run, his first open run, I was on his team. He was on the wing. He was 6'5". For whatever reason, the ball happened. He didn't get back on defense, and I was able to get a steal, and I threw it to him. I bullshit you not. This man got the ball on the wing, and when I threw it to him, he waited 3 seconds. 3 seconds. He waited for a motherfucker to see if the motherfucker was going to run underneath. They didn't. Nobody did. So I guess everybody already knew the memo. So nobody ran underneath that. So he waited the 3 seconds. He looked to the left, looked to the right. Man took one power dribble. Ah! This dude was a sophomore. He was a sophomore when I was a freshman. Nigga, when you talk about your whole life changes, I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Right. So right there, let's transition to this. Don't bring J Ham, Trav, and Jern back into it. The local a guy like Harold Jackson for MJ. Jay, who was that guy in y'all town? Or one of the guys? I know Memphis has a pretty deep basketball.
We got way too many of them. The one that I'm gonna tell though, I wasn't there for the story, but the story that was told to me made a lot of sense. This cat named LaMarcus Golden just so happened to be the first cousin of Penny Hardaway, played at Tennessee, a little older than Penny. My guys said they went to an open run. I think they was like at Trev. I think they said they went to like Idlewild this particular day. They hooping over there. Marcus Golden on the floor. He come down on talking about my guy said he step up to check him. Marcus just pull up. Before he stop and pull up on him, he point down. He's like, "Oh, that's too much room." Shy. So he play him up to closer the next time. Still too much room. Shy. He said, "Man, the third time I fouled dude. I'm in his chest, grabbing him, everything. That's too much room." Shy. I said, "I know you pulled up off of me." He said, "Man, after that fool, I just stopped playing. I went switched off, got on something back."
You got on somebody else?
Yeah, I'm saying it's like he just had to leave it alone. But we were like in the 9th grade at this point. LA was out of school, complete out of college, everything. Mm-hmm. But he's just there, just torturing cats. There was anytime you can catch a cat, and Trav could attest to this better than I could because he was around it more. I only saw him more. I saw him more in live action than on the playground, but I saw him shoot on the playground, and that's the cat they call T-Head. Google or YouTube T-Head. If you had never, man, look.
Shooter.
There isn't a spot on the floor where that thing don't look like it's not going to fall.
Didn't he hold a record or break the record?
Huh?
Didn't he break the record for threes in a game?
23 threes in one game. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for 23 threes in one game.
In a high school game. 83 points that night. That kind. And you hate to say it, but it's even documented on this documentary. You hate to say it, but he go for 83 that night, he get locked up the next day. Officer being petty with him, he had a little weed on him or whatever. But this dude was in the 12th grade with this, but I saw him shooting like that when he was in the 9th, 10th. He was ridiculous. I'm like, dog, this is like before my papa even passed, he said, "Man, outside of Steph," he said, "Man, Steph the only motherfucker I know that can shoot with Steph."
He automatic, man. I play with T-Head in the circle with our little team and stuff. We picked him up, man. Somebody pissed him off. Somebody said something pissed him off. And, oh my God.
Why you do that?
It with him, he hit so many threes. It don't even be like a regular game. It started to be like, well, you ISO with him, you gotta stop. You're on a real island. Like everybody's on the left side. You dance.
He got enough handle to get where he
handle rock. He can do anything. But on the Memphis side, these was more like playground type guys. But it was this one guy, man. That man there, he's so silly, but the man looked just like Michael Jordan. His name was Chris Baines. He was bald head cat. His mid range was so ridiculous. He didn't take no threes. He shot everything inside. He jumped so high and he elevated, and it'd be like, it's a thing of beauty, man. That man was just scoring on everybody. You put anybody on him. Bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But when I crossed that state line and I went to this little place going downtown, Shelby State Community College, about 7 o'clock or so like that, they had all the Memphis street players and college players.
Bluff City Classic.
One building, Bluff City Classic. That's when you seen Penny, you seen Todd, you seen Cedric Henderson.
NBA D1.
You seen a young Snap. Young Snap Hunter shut down the show.
Look,
he was
the year that DeJuan Wagner signed here, and it was like rumored he gonna show up at the Bluff at this night. It was standing room only at the joint, and dude didn't even show up. But the hooping that was going on that night was live, and Wagner didn't show up that night though. But
I'm talking about that. Them Bluff City Classics used to go down, man. They used to have them on TV.
Yeah, they used to show them on
TV. Channel 10, PBS.
Right. Hey. It used to be live. When Penny won the championship, that's what I watched that on. You know what I'm saying? This is one time where the Knicks actually was shit because Penny was a part of the Knicks squad that was in the Bluff. But dude, I don't even remember his stat line.
They gave him worldwide.
Let me also shout out all the dudes that was in the street ball that I never knew their names because they was drunks and they was smoking weed and their pants was folded over twice with no shirt. They were playing above the rim in steel toe boots. You couldn't get around them for whatever reason. They could slide their feet with them tight ass jeans on. Like we all seen them before. We all seen them. And it was always the most humbling moment of your life because you thinking I'm about to kill this drunk ass wino. And this dude gives you all of the work. Like every bit of the work. He elbowing you. He hitting fallaways, contested on you. And you go home and you rethink your life. Like, I'm trying to get to the NBA. I can't even beat.
You can't catch it.
Thomas Shepard.
Basically.
Real life Tom Shepard.
In real life.
Shout out to Big Bro.
Hey, so we talk about pro-ams. We talk about pro-ams and things like that. And this is where we get the story time of how me and MJ actually met at a pro-am. So summer 2007, 2008, South Suburban College, Time to Shine Summer League. Let's probably know what this is. So I'm up there. My cousin Jabril Hodges, shout out Jabril's playing in the league. I'm gonna go check him out. So Jabril does what he does, killing. So I'm gonna watch this next game. Now, the guy who's below me, depending on how your phone looks, is MJ. Now, MJ's playing for a team of cats from Northwest Indiana, from Gary. They on our side of the border. So, of course, it's biased. So, you got your hood announcer. They not really giving them props like that. So, the best quote-unquote defender in this league.
Oh, boy.
Is guarding my man, is guarding MJ, who I don't know. I've never seen MJ. I don't know. MJ gonna be humble and not tell you how it really went. I'm gonna tell you how it went.
I'm gonna talk that shit for real. I'm gonna lie.
MJ gave that man 36. Now, I might be slightly exaggerating because the quarters wasn't that long, so you could probably really only get to about 65 or 70 points. MJ easily had about 25. Let's just be fair.
All right. So now this is the part that
fast forward this. This is so you how the game connects us. Me and MJ start working at the same gig 5 years later. Like 5 years later. You know, they walk around, they showing us where the coffee machine is, where the copy machine is. They showing us where all that is. I turn a corner.
Hey, we made eye contact like 3 times.
Me and MJ made eye contact with each other for about 2 weeks. Like, so then finally, I said skip it. So finally, I say skip it.
Yeah, it was Paul first.
If he ain't who, if he's not who I think he is, cool. I met my fellow coworker, whatever. But I say, yo, my man, did you play at South Suburban about 5 years ago? He's like, you know, MJ, typical MJ. Y'all know him off camera. Humble. Yeah, I played. I said, I knew it was you.
Okay, so let me paint the picture as to that game that Big Shot Ron, you know, saw me do whatever he said.
About to take. Hey,
no.
Ladies and gentlemen, he about to take all the sauce off of this story. Go ahead.
Great facts, because I'm gonna give you the why behind what happened. So during that game, it was our 5th game in that league, and my big homie who put me into the league, he told me, yo, me and bro actually got a church league championship at 10:30. Our game was supposed to be at 12. Church league championship. Of course, dudes don't show up on time on the other team. So now 30 minutes pass and they don't start. So now I'm looking at the clock like, man, we about to miss this game. That's the reason why I'm here. We gonna miss the time to shine game. I look forward to that. I was really looking forward to that because dudes was dogs in there. So, you know, they play or whatever, and I'm at halftime, I'm like, yo, man, we ain't gonna make it. He's like, man, we can't worry about that now. We trying to win this game. So I told him, like, man, they playing the zone, man. Just attack the middle. They ain't hard. They end up losing because, you know, they was playing against some shooters or whatever. So we hurry up and drive to the time to shine game. We get there at 12:15. It's already beginning of the first quarter. They literally called our game pros versus Joes because everybody we played against had patches on their jersey. Everybody. I didn't know these things. I didn't care because in my head, I'm mad that I missed this first quarter. So I'm like, okay, I'm on this bench already. I'm like, as soon as I get in, I'm acting a fool because I had to see my homies lose first off. They already tight because they lost the championship in the church league. I couldn't help them because they couldn't put me on the squad because that would be illegal. So I'm like, man, I'm about to just rock out. I'm gonna make them forget about that championship game they just lost. We're gonna rock out. All I know is when I got in there, I ain't give a damn who was in front of me. I was like, I'm about to get my shots up. I ain't care. So then, the more I look up, the more I'm like, oh, this dude in front of me ain't really that quick. Because with me, if you wasn't like longer or taller or faster than me, it wasn't nothing you really can do. Because I'm gonna get my space and I'm gonna get my shot off. And
he got that game.
Hey, and the whole thing about my game was going back to what I told you, what I saw Harold Jackson. I realized right then and there, I got to do something special to make this team. So when I went in the lab and I'm like, okay, my niche is going to be, I'm going to make contested shots consistently. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how fast you are. If I get this ball up, I'm going to go in on it because that's the only way I could be able to be a weapon to play on this team. Now, granted, of course, guys went to the streets, guys got girls pregnant, guys transferred. So it was a much easier path as I got to my junior and senior year. But prior to that, my freshman year, where everybody was there, I was like, oh, either I got to step up or I'm not going to play basketball. So that all carried over into college. And eventually, you know, I'm fresh out of college. I'm in great shape. So I don't see none of these dudes because I'm like, man, it's nothing that you can show me. I was getting boxing one since my senior year in high school. So I'm like, unless y'all boxing and wanted me, I don't see none of this. I was just happy that, you know, we was playing in the program where you couldn't box and one. This is defense of 3 seconds if you did that. So I don't know how many I had, but I know I was
29.
I was ultra aggressive. Like,
29.
29.
Big Shot said it was buckets galore that day.
And just so that you'll know that I'm being honest, I'll drop one name, and I'll drop one more name. It was TJ Cummins. I was so hyped that game.
Yeah, TJ was in that league.
Yeah, this was the team we played. That's why they called us pros versus Joes, because they literally had 1 through 8. Everybody had passes on their jersey.
Sure did.
I got caught in the rotation. TJ Cummins caught the ball off a drop step. My dumb ass jumped with him. Didn't end well, but I ain't care. So he dunked on me so bad to where like the next 3 plays on the free throw line, I had to ask him. I'm like, man, where you play at? He like UCLA. I'm like, okay, I feel better.
Okay. hey, then that's when your Buddy Hill gene kicked in.
And that's when the Buddy Hill gene kicked in. And he was
I'm like, I got dunked on by a 6'9" dude that went to UCLA. I'm okay.
Okay.
Hey, fellas, we've been going at this like an hour, man. This is such great conversation. So we're not gonna cut it off right now, but we are gonna wrap up shortly. Les, I want to bring you back in. You and MJ, especially for y'all two, who actually went to college and played. When y'all came back 4 summers, be it pro-am, be it open runs, whatever the case, did you feel like, I'm gonna start with you, Les, that there was maybe like an extra little target or something you had to prove because like, oh man, I'm home from college, or the guys try to maybe test you a little bit more because like, oh man, he at so-and-so school, he ain't that?
Yeah, it was the year that I went, and I remember coming home spring break of my freshman year, and my brother we went to I want to say it was like Orland Park Rec, but we just went to go. He went to just help me get up some shots.
Right.
You know, he helped me get up some shots, and it was a dude there on the other end playing. It was a bunch of dudes. They was playing 21, and my brother was like, "Hey, you want to go down? You want to play 21?" I was like, "Nah, not really. Like, I just didn't. You know, I'm just home for spring break, and it's me and my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was me and my brother. So I'm like, we don't get too much time to like, you know, I'm gone now, so we don't get a chance to hang out. So, you know, he go down there and play the 21. So, you know, he was a terrible rebounder. He left me. But so you know, going down there, and so and the dude and Buddy was like, "Hey, you ain't trying to hoop?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm shooting, like whatever." And I had on my shorts though. I had on my practice. You had on my, you know, my school from practice shorts. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he come down there, and my brother, you know, they finished playing 21. So me and my brother's like, "You still trying to shoot?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. You know, I'm trying to get at least like 400-500 up. And you know, and it's hard when you're by yourself. But so anyway, dude come down there. He tried to get in the shooting game with us or whatever. And so I'm just like, all right. So Buddy's like, "Let's play 1-on-1, check up." And I'm like, "Fam, I'm not really trying to play." So I'm like, all right. So I'm like playing defense, you know, just like whatever. He rip and go, layup, 1-0. We playing make it, take it. He rip it again, dunk. He said, "I should be playing college basketball."
Oh.
It is.
And my brother, and like I said, like my brother, he is thinking one way. He's thinking like, "Oh, we got action on some other stuff." And I was like, "Nah." So dude went, he up faked, and I like literally snatched the ball. And I'm like I'm 5'10", like I'm not so he tried to crawl up in me, so I straight jabbed into him, and when I jabbed into him, I put my whole leg in the middle of his body, laid that thing up, and then I just started getting real nasty, and then I started talking, and then my brother is sitting there like, all right, you know, he like, hey, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my family called me Lil Lester. I'm not, you know, I'm Junior. And so I was like, nah. And so then I get to clapping, I get to talking, like, and we end up playing, we supposed to play at 5. We end up playing at 21. And I end up beating dude like 21-11 or whatever. But the whole time I'm real like Gary Payton in his face. Like, you know, like mother, just talking crazy. And my brother is sitting here like, yo, like, bro, like we, you know, and
So
like and where we was at though. Cause I mean, it wasn't like we wasn't in the hood, so you know, we ain't Orland, you know, if you notice, you know, we ain't Orland, man. Like
it's
you know,
cool.
it's cool. But like dude wasn't from there. So, you know, I don't care. Cause like my brother is like, so when the game is over, dude's looking at me. And so my brother tried to, you know, be like a little liaison, like, yeah, man. Hey, I heard you talk, you know, when we was playing down there. Yeah, you said you was looking for a radio for your car? And my brother was like, I got a radio in my car that you want to look at. And I'm sitting here like, you trying to be cool. I'm like really like thinking like, all right, so when we get out the door, I'm gonna let him walk in front of me because like I was saying some stuff like, y'all.
You was greasy.
You were talking
greasy.
Greasy. Because that switch got hit.
That switch got fixed and it was
like,
on.
I was cooling and so we get outside and it's like all love. But my brother was like, yo, like I thought we was gonna have to like jump dude. I was like, no. I was like, I thought you was trying. I looked at my brother like, I thought you was ready. He said, no, I thought you was ready. I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, bro, I can't. Like, I was like, this happened every day. This is like this. I said, this is what's been going on the last 6 months. And like, plus growing up in Chicago playing, but like, you know, when I was in school, like that year that I got a chance to hoop, like, it was every day. It was every day. And I went JUCO. So it was like, it was a dog fight every day. It's like 1 through 15. Like our coaches is talking crazy. Our coaches is like, oh, you know, y'all get, you know, I got these McDonald's gift cards, but who gonna beat me shooting the 10 threes to get, you know, to get $20 instead of the $10 they give us. Like he talking crazy. He talking cash shit. So, you know, so like every day. So when I came, you know, it just helped me develop a tough skin. So whenever I did come back and me and my guys would go hoop, because I had buddies that went and hooped and I had buddies that, you know, that didn't hoop, but they were still, I mean, shit, they was better than me and they just didn't do it for some, you know. And so like, so for me, you know, it just kind of, you know, it was just kind of, I kind of felt that target.
That switch. It's all about that switch.
But then that's when I learned, like, when you got to be around dudes that's doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. There is no more, oh, I'm just going to go up here and hoop. Nah. Mm-hmm. Because it taught me when the dude scored them first 2 buckets, like, my 3 was his 10.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. My three was his 10. So I was like, oh, you know, that's just kind of how I looked at it, because like when you hooping with, you know, when you just anything in life, like when you doing something with people that's actually doing it, they gonna have it's gonna be a level of care there. Like he had nothing to lose. I look like a fool because now he can go around saying, like, yeah, man, I just beat it. Man, I beat it playing cards. I need to go hoop. Woo, woo. Like,
right there.
And I think that was, I mean, that's the essence of the culture though. It's competitive. It's number one, it's competitive. Whether you summer pro-am or Tuesday night men's league, it's competitive. And to like less to your point, it's always trying to make a name. And it's always somebody trying to make a name off of you. So that when we trying to pick teams, man, I bust Jay Ham up last week. Why y'all pick him first?
Right.
You know
They want
My
that notch. They want
never
that notch, man.
My motivation, y'all I ain't gonna be at the top of the discussion on the barbershop in a negative way. If
Right.
y'all about me in the barbershop, it's gonna be something.
Hey, the
Saying that
barbershop,
negative-
the lunchroom the next day. Oh
Mhm.
man, we had a pizza puffs tomorrow. Man, Les killed you.
You don't want to be you do not want to be on the other end of those conversations. You just don't want to be on it.
Which means, oh man, we not picking you today.
We ain't
Les
picking
killed
you.
yesterday.
Exactly.
It was like that every day. And I tell my kids all the time, get into the mountain easy.
Every
Stand on
day.
that. That's when you tell me who you are, when you can stay on that bitch. Because I had a target on my head. I literally had a ransom on my head. Motherfuckers go out for blood for me every time I played. I'm talking, I couldn't go to an open run without being face guarded full court and got two people in health side once I get past them. Like, this is a open run. This ain't no league. This is just pick up, check up. So I'm getting this treatment off back. And I understood why they gave it to me, because if you picked me up at half court, I was shooting from half court. This one wasn't cute. This wasn't even cute. This is what I did. And then when you got too close, I blew by you and made you really embarrassed you. That's just the type of mentality I had. Like, me and Les both have the same PTSD coming from JUCO. You don't know what it's like when you got 18 motherfuckers with a jersey.
Yeah.
And all of them good. Like, none of these dudes trash.
Yeah.
Everybody's a man where they at. Like my freshman year,
Everybody.
I got a dude that was a McDonald's All-American. Like, literally a McDonald's All-American. Then I got a dude that, like, he was supposed to go SEC, but life shit happened. Like, I had dudes that was like, they was all committed Division I. Like, and we're not talking look like some big schools. Like, when you got Clemson coming to your practice, Miami coming to your practice, you know what I'm saying? Iowa State coming in there, like, to see these dudes, and it's like, man, boy, it's animals in there.
I tell you what.
I tell you what.
Hey, dude, 18 people, 10 plates.
And think about that for y'all who you go to a Bluff City Classic or a Time to Shine or whatever. I'm sure it's a popping summer in Cleveland. Now we ain't talking about scoreboard and rules. Now we talking about just the essence of the game. We ain't talking coaches, we ain't talking ESPN. You know what I'm saying? This is just competition at the purest form of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So now, man, it was, it was some special. Those summers on the blacktop, rec center, whatever. It was the purest. It was the purest time. It was the purest time.
And shouts out to the people in the comments too. I'm checking y'all out, man. Shouts out to Tyshawn. Shouts out to the Views, Vic. There's a couple other people in there I didn't get a chance to acknowledge. I'm sorry about that, but those are the people I can see right ahead of me. But shouts out to y'all for staying with us.
I got one more final one going back to the childhood. It was actually like 30 years ago. I was like 10. My sister's 10 years older than me. And she's in college, and her roommate was from Fort Worth, Texas, and she could ball. She comes spend the Christmas holiday in Memphis with us. Of course, there's chitter chatter in between the time, that they get here. We go game up. She hear I'm a hooper, I hear she a hooper. First time she played my guy that lived up the street from me. She smacked him. Going to 32, beat him 32-10. Like, oh shit. Okay. I give myself a couple days, and I got to process. The fact that she just smacked my guy, with no issue. I'm a boss up. I'm gonna take the challenge. I got smacked too.
No harm in it.
But she helped round off some skill sets afterwards. She was actually turned into a big sister. It's like, like on your behind the back, because at that point I was just hitting them just not Floyd going, forward. I'm just kind of just going behind my back with it. Now she had it going poof, poof, just I'm like 19 years old. It's like she helped round that off, just that little piece. But after she served me, she's like, look, you hooping. You legit. You are very good. I'm just gonna help you round this off. This. I come back in. Pop says, man, how you do, man? I lost.
Hey, German and Trav, what was everybody asked this rapid fire? Your proudest playground moment. Someone you remember to this day.
This probably when my jersey got hung up in the playground. So I'm playing with a couple of guys. We playing 4-on-4. We getting smacked 24-2. We going to 26. They need one shot.
Y'all ain't skunking?
No, we ain't skunking. Not 26 because it was like the second or third game.
Okay.
It was like the first game. The first game is 32 to warm up, and then it's 26 on through. So I was the second game. So this game went around. They got a groove now. They got a groove. That's how they jumped up 24-2 on us. And I'm like, we getting our ass kicked like this, man. So I get the ball, get a little layup going, get a good couple good mid ranges going. I'm hitting all these points by myself. The floor of the game started to the point to where I'm ISO all by myself. I end up doing a cross and dude pushed me and I hit the game-winning shot. So that's 24 straight points I didn't hit. 26 to 24.
You was gunning? So gunning?
26 to 24.
Oh,
so that's the first, but that's not all. Then the next game, we down 18 to 6. 18 to 6. I hit the next 20. I was done. It was hot. It was so hot. My body felt like a burning radiator. I was done.
And that's when they retired your jersey.
That's when they were retired. They were like, "Man, Mo, come on, man, you gotta come. You gotta play again. No, I'm done.
I'm good.
The shoes. When the shoes come out the feet, done.
That's it. Germ, J-Ham, y'all proudest playground moment.
Man, look, I was in an undisclosed location. Y'all know my story, so y'all know where I was. And I ain't gonna even lie. We was in there going at it. I'm talking about in each other's face and everything. And I don't even know what happened this day. This is one of them days, like anybody who know me, I know people from where MJ and Big Shot is from, everything. So I know a lot of different hoopers. When I tell you people like Germ, you got to get mad to want to hoop. Because otherwise it's like, bro, I'm not about to pull nothing and I ain't about to do all the extracurricular. I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going to the league or nothing. But I just remember I got salty. I don't remember what it was said. Somebody said something, and we had like 25 minutes left, something. 20 minutes. Man, I snapped on these folks. All right, that's what next. Who next? Jack. Next. Who next? Then that got going, and then it got to the point next where you get the head fake, you get the up fake, and then you come back. Man, I pearled on somebody for game. It got bad. It was dramatic. But at the end of the day, that was one. And then I shoot more on the court than anything else. I'd rather get 5 assists and knock down a couple over jumpers. But I've had games where I didn't miss. People get mad. Man, that looky. No.
Skill, baby.
I didn't pull. Look, I'd have been in a at the same creek. Come half court, just pull up. So one step on half court, I'm back down the other way. I don't care. They're like, what is he? Smack. Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't care. I'll pull up from anywhere. Anywhere on the court. It's fair game to me. I'm raising. So that's just a couple. I ain't got a whole bunch of crazy stories like MJ and Les here, where they smacking glass on people and stuff.
Hey, listen.
Let's smacking glass on people. Like, like Bunky. Little bunky. I could see. I would.
I ain't
Hey,
never smacked
I ain't
glass.
never hooping with Les. Let's smack the
I ain't
glass
never
on me. I
smacked glass.
quit.
I ain't never smacked glass. But I went up like I was about to dunk that jump though. Dude,
Man.
I and what's crazy is I had never seen dude again. Like never. Like
You ain't
never
gonna see
ran
him.
into
You ain't gonna see him no more.
That's went up there like this. He went up there like this and was like, "Oh, gotcha."
Right. Then hit him with the
What was
borough.
your proudest moment?
Yo, my family, yo. When you come from your uncles and cousins who street dudes that can ball too, and they tend to play with jailhouse rules when we do family barbecues and family reunions and such.
Yeah.
It's the OGs against the youngs. So it's our generation against like my uncles and older cousins of that generation. I tore they ass up one Memorial Day. I'm talking about I was in full, I'm coming fresh off a championship at Haydenview Junior High School. I'm in the AAU season. I'm live with it. I'm representing Team Adidas at that time. I wasn't matching Big Shot, but I got the white Adidas tee, the gray shorts.
As long as you wasn't color
I
coordinated.
didn't have the studio. Not the full unit, just the gray shorts with the shooting shirt. I got it. Man, I was in my bag. I'm talking about, and the last one that put them away was something like what Trav said, except I broke them down and went baseline to the right. And the real jailhouse thug cousin who like he fouling every time, he fouling even on offense. You know what I'm saying? You guard them, he step back, and then he got that John Bagley like step back jumper. You know what I'm saying? With a little short chubby with the jab step. Yeah, Bennett Johnson, John Bagley style. This man hit me with the flap, the right arm flap as I'm turning the corner, and I just faded off with the left hand.
Shoot.
And
All
then
game.
you can hear Mom behind me. Ew. It was over with. It's the whole family out there. So it was one of those classic moments, and then it was on film. We had somebody holding the big video camera. So.
Oh, shout out to
you had it on film?
Shout out to
Oh man, this man had the joint on film.
We used to film a lot of this stuff, man. The Hooper
with that.
Hey, if it can be found, because this was like in the 94, 95.
We're going to put out an APD in Memphis. So somebody who got the footage. Find the tape. You know what I'm saying? What was my man dunked on LeBron in the summer?
Jordan Crawford.
I found that meme today too.
We want the reverse Jordan Crawford. We got somebody got to find it.
Somebody stole the tape after I hit that flap and that fade on him. You know what I'm saying?
He stole that joint. Hey, so my it wasn't about making a bunch of baskets like that. My proud moment, and MJ and Les probably know this dude. Kenya Beach.
Oh, Kenya.
Hey, yo, he is the best player to come out of the South suburbs. I promise you. Kenya.
So one of my proudest playground coaches. Now let me not front. I didn't lock Kenya up, nothing like that. But it was the fact that the next day he was like, "Hey, I want you to play on my team today."
Dope.
Because it wasn't, and that was the proud moment, because I think everybody on this call, regardless of what you play, you play for the respect of your peers.
Yep.
It was a problem.
So the fact that I'm this kid, I just moved into this neighborhood, so I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying, just picked me up because I was just a new kid waiting to get a game. And Kenya was like, play well, blah, 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 blah. It was that validation above scoring 20 points or whatever in any game, was that just the respect that somebody who has less can vouch for was one of the best. He grew up to be one of the best players in our area.
Yeah.
Gave me that stamp. That's all I needed, because I wasn't playing for anything else. So to me, that was like the moment for me, was just having somebody say, "Hey man, you played well. I respect how you D'd me up, etc. Like be clear, he scored. It wasn't no. I ain't holding him to nothing.
Score.
He
He's
scored.
still scoring now.
Right.
He getting
Right
buckets. He getting buckets right now.
Kanye, that's a whole nother topic of this
Probably.
whatever. But that was my proud moment. Just like somebody who was respected by everybody else says, "Hey man, you." So that was it for me.
And also as a scorer, man, he was on this Devin Booker too, probably, man. As scorers on the street, we don't feel like dealing with all that. We're like, man, go on my team. Man. I don't feel like dealing with you today. Come on.
I did what I could on that, man. Kanye been like that for a long time.
Right. And then he probably thinking whoever else, if he guards somebody else that's not like me, oh, he gonna lock him up completely.
Oh, everybody else was easy after that.
Yeah. That's 0 points. I'm just gonna stick him on.
Hey, you had the toughest assignment in the area.
Yeah.
Right.
That dude. That's a whole. We might do a part 2 of this and just talk about legendary figures from my area. They like man.
Yeah, that's another hour and a half we need for that one.
Hey, I would say my proudest moment is when I got a chance to hoop on the big court, like I said, playing on Greenwood and Dalton. So it was 3 courts, and so like you had the older dudes, then you had the high school dudes, and then you just had the not so good. So my thing was when I got the chance for my first time to play on the big court, because I've been trying to, go on somewhere, shorty, and I finally had called neck, and I was proud because I was able to protect my neck. Because like as y'all know, like I've seen fights over necks.
Oh yeah.
And I think it probably let me know what I knew then. It probably helped me now. Now I look back at it, I knew who to pick on my team.
Yeah.
So that next didn't get taken.
Right.
So they was like, who got next? Shorty dude. Who running with you? Boom, 1, 2. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I picked some, I probably had about 2 goons,
Got to.
I had 2 goons, and then we are losing the game. We're losing 22-18. I get I knock the ball off and hit some dude on the leg. We get the ball, and then I'm left open. I hit a 3. Boom. 21-22. They come down, they miss a shot. I just sprint up the court. I just go. I don't try to rebound or nothing. And dude did not want to pass me the ball, but he had to because somebody was doubling. I hit the 3. We win the game. And they hey shorty, you gotta shoot that motherfucker, shorty. You gotta keep shooting that. You gotta jump it. And I'm sitting here like, I know I want to tell him like, I know I got a jumper. Like y'all only let me shoot the ball 2 times. And
right.
That was 2 times we won. But from that point on, like when I came up to the court, they was like, "Oh, shorty can shoot. You probably want to get shorty.
Yeah, you got to respect.
And that's what you play for. You ain't playing.
Yeah,
It's for the old heads. It's for the older heads or the dudes that are better than you to say, "Hey, he got it."
And to be real, for me, it was the time to shine for me because my whole thing was everybody always thought, yeah, Myron good, but that's what it always was. It was always a but. Well, he needs to be 4 more inches and he'll probably be lead. Or he can't do this against athleticism. Or he can't do this across the border. So, okay, now I'm across the border. So this is where I got into like tip-top shape. And unfortunately, this is where time to shine actually kind of split up. It was people that had a time to shine, and then there was other guys who was like orchestrating it. They had their own thing. I was in time to shine. And what happened was we're short. We only got like 6 people. And my homie told me, hey man, I'm gonna need G.I. Myron today. Because I just came from a 35 and older league averaging like 38 a game. And they made an MVP trophy for me. They never gave an MVP trophy. They gave me one that year. And they never gave it nowhere else again. So I was like, oh, you letting me off the leash? Because usually in the Illinois game, I'm a role player. I'm the guy that's, you know, getting the ball in the post, running pick and roll. I'm like Andre Miller in that league, but he let the leash out. So I remember it was fourth quarter. We down by like 9. I'm playing against dudes I don't even know. That's not going to be on our team, but he's just grabbing people from the stands. I'm playing with people we grab from the stands. And dude was frustrated taking the ball. I was like, bro, we're not about to lose this game. Don't worry about it. We down 9, and I'm saying this at the beginning of the quarter. Man, when I tell you I ran off like 20, and you know the announcers in Time to Shine, like when they get a hold of something that they can use, like this was during the time when the media kept saying Brian. So my name, Myron. So every time I scored, he said that. So he pretty much was saying that for about 15 minutes straight. Because whoever was in front of me was getting to work. Because I already told him. I told my teammate, we're not about to lose. He's like, yeah, man, but we got to do that. I'm like, oh, bro, we're not about to lose. And sure enough, no matter who they put on me, it was a wrap. And we ended up winning. And then after that, this is where it was a proud moment for me. My homie from the hood came up and shook up with me. He was like, man, it don't matter where you go. You just going to kill wherever. That is what I always wanted. Because everybody always kept saying but. At that very moment, nobody could say but no more. They're like, okay, Myron is really like that.
Right.
That was my most proud moment. And it took about 30 years, but I got there.
Got it. It's all that respect. It's that respect.
Yeah.
It's that respect.
The respect is what you play for, man. And it's we all had it. So look, remember, follow the scene. THE.SCEN on Instagram. Twitter, SCEN_THE on Twitter. Big Shot, Ham, MJ, Coach Les, Germ, Trav. You know, this was our way to wrap up 2020 with a fun episode, just talk about the game that we love it in its most pure form, man. So happy New Year from 94 Feet of Life. Let's have a great 2021. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for listening.